So I often get asked by my clients about how to go for a promotion at work. And this is quite a big subject, but I'll give you a few tips today about how you can increase your chances for a promotion. Now, first things first, if you want to stay in your current role and improve your current role and get promoted where you are, rather than leaving the organisation, here are some things you can look at. Look at your current role description, your job description or profile. And if you haven't got one of those, then make time with your manager to either to write one and agree one, because otherwise, if you haven't got it written down, you can't really measure your performance or your successes. So you haven't really got anything to work with in terms of a promotion. So get your job description or your profile and look at the attributes that the company measures you on. Do they have values or behaviours that they want you to embody? Perhaps it's leadership, perhaps it's teamwork, perhaps it's social contribution. So have a look at those sort of less tangible, more skills-based assets that they want you to have, assets, values, characteristics, but also look at the specifics of your role description and have a look at evidence. What evidence do you have to show that you've fulfilled and exceeded those expectations of your role? What results have you got? Very often many businesses can work on numbers. So have you got measurables in terms of, do you know what? For example, I worked as a training manager and I delivered this training program over the course of 1 year. And the motivation scores for the team went up from 5% to 15%, something like that. Or if you're in operations, that you managed to improve the speed of delivery for products or services, but see what tangibles you can hang your hat on. So kind of get your evidence ready, get the information ready. Now, it's not a really good idea to ambush your boss and say, I want a promotion. Really think about when is the right time to ask for this and be really clear about what it is you're asking for. Now, going in and saying, I want a promotion probably isn't going to go down that well and could be seen as confrontational. So again, going back to your role description and the results you've delivered, are they on par with what the company wants? Do you know what your boss wants? Have you helped your boss? Have you gone beyond the pale in terms of helping him or her deliver their role? What's important to them? What are their goals? So have a think about that as well. And then have a look at how you can frame this with your boss. Go about it in a way such as, I'd really like some time to talk with you about my progress here. Or I'd really like to sit down and talk to you about how you think I'm fulfilling my role. Or I'm really looking for ways in which I can improve my chances of promotion here. Don't ambush someone. Set the time aside. Know when it's the right time. So, for example, if you have a busy month end, or, for example, December or April, it's a financial year end, everybody's frantically scurrying around with internal audits, financial spreadsheets, getting all that information together, that may not be the best time. Is there a right time for you to do your performance review? Perhaps it's stated somewhere in your contract that your review will be annually. If there isn't an annual review process or a regular review process, then speak to your boss about getting one in place. Have your facts to hand, ask for the meeting, and then really pick the right time to do this. And think about the role that you do want. What is the next role that you want in the organisation? And without being over dominant or upsetting anyone else, can you start stepping into that role? So I'm a firm believer in that you can get promoted before you get promoted. And that's often what's worked for me. I've looked at my current role, I've looked at the characteristics, I've looked at the results I've been getting, I've presented facts and figures about the results that I've achieved for the business, and then I've looked at the role that I want to have, and I've almost by osmosis started to step into that role. So it becomes a bit of a no-brainer, as we say, that I would fulfill that role. So it's a softer way of going about things, but by all means, sit down with your boss or the HR team, seek your HR team out for some advice. figure out when's the best time to do it, make it clear what you want to talk about, and come prepared with facts and figures about how you've really helped the company. And whilst this is about you and what you want to achieve from your career, don't forget you're working for a company, and align yourself to the goals of the company. There's no point in you having goals that are going like this if your company's going like this. So make sure you're aligned to the company's goals. So those are just a few tips of when to ask for a promotion and how you can get promoted before you are promoted by stepping into the role that you want. Hope you found it useful. Contact me if you'd like to talk about your own career, your career development, career reinvention, finding something you love to do, or how to get promoted at work. Thank you.